So, ah,
Oh, off the fingertips.
damn it.
Golly. What's up, y'all? Happy Thanksgiving. And welcome
Gobble,
to week
gobble.
13. Pound the Walk podcast, baby.
We keep pounding it harder than ever. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We made it happen. A Thanksgiving episode once again. Appreciate everyone.
What are you most thankful for?
I'm thankful for the Chargers not losing last week.
It's the best your O-line's looked all year.
Yeah. PFF rating was better than any other week. Yeah, but last week was obviously a little low energy. You guys were off a bye. We were off a really bad game. Energy levels, I feel like they're a little better, but circumstances kind of the same. Chargers are on bye.
Nothing's changed. Another bad week, bye week.
Yeah, Colt down. You guys played the Chiefs. You guys looked good. The first three quarters, I think Daniel Jones specifically looked like he was game managing, converting on his legs, making the right passes early. But the Chiefs just turned up, man. Their defense, there's no doubt about it. Their defense is really good. Statistically and just in general, they're really good. And they got y'all in overtime. So I guess we'll talk about that, talk about last week in general.
Man, let's get into it. But before we start, shout out to our commenters, Dexo Legit and Ruffles this week. Popping in there. Ruffles Stafford for MVP. I could see it. Dexo Legit says, Chief Colts game gonna be fire. Could legit be seeing the change of the guard with the Chiefs loss. Fuck you for saying that.
Yeah, he jinxed it.
Oh man. And then he also said, Bucks with three straight great opportunities in Pats Bills Rams, but they can't afford to lose all three. Baker Mayfield MVP statement game and win incoming. Bucks fans might also say fuck you for that too.
Also jinxed it. God dang it.
Good
Baker's
lord.
gonna be out. He hurt his same shoulder that he hurt years ago. Looked bad, looked rough. Even before that, the game was kind of out of their hands. So that was a rough one too.
It was tough, but
still playing football, baby. We had a fun week. I still tuned in, even though I didn't get to see my Chargers piss me off. But yeah, I mean, it started. I remember last week was Bills Texans. That was a statement game by the Texans. Another great defense in the AFC. Got to Josh Allen like 8 times, making him run all over the place, looking a little panicky. So, shout out the Texans. The Bills are like just a wild card team right now, which is, I guess crazy to say.
Well, that's football, baby. You never know what's gonna happen.
Hell yeah. But yeah.
Let's get into these games from past week here. Let's just jump into the Indianapolis Colts at the Kansas City Chiefs. Like you said, the first couple quarters, we looked like we were going to run away with it early in the game. Hit Pittman for that easy touchdown when we were moving down the field without any conviction. Hit Alec Ogletree in the back of the end zone, big guy. We were moving the ball, we were having a good time. And then the Steve Spags defense in the fourth quarter. Guess they kind of figured out what we were doing. Could not get the ball rolling. I think we had 18 total yards. Obviously, let up a couple big plays to get them in the field goal range. Tied the game up. Did absolutely nothing, 3 and out in overtime. And once you give Patrick Mahomes the ball in these clutch situations at home in Arrowhead, you saw what happened. So Chiefs this year, their record, I guess, is not indicative of how they've played. All their losses had come off a one-score game. And their wins, aside from the Colts one, were all double digits. So at least the Colts hung in there. We still look like a competent team. Just that defense, they figured things out late in the game, made the right adjustments, and yeah, it is what it is. We knew this was going to be a tough one. Still ahead up on the AFC South right now. Might be getting close to the Jags, though, if not.
Yeah, you guys are a game ahead. The Jags are 7-4. Y'all are 8-3. You guys are technically a game and a half away from still being the first place seed team in the AFC. Obviously, New England's got a cakewalk throughout this whole season. They're 10-2. But yeah, you guys are a good team, no doubt. I think this year you've shown when there has been games where you guys drop an L, you guys come back and play resilient like any good team should. So I expect that out of you guys. I think you guys have a tough matchup this week. I forget. But yeah, You guys definitely have a tough matchup.
Divisional game coming off a team that just beat the Bills, so we'll get
Yeah.
into that here in a
Yeah.
little bit. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So the AFC
a
is.
lot of penalties too. A lot of penalties in our game. Need to clean that up, but like you said, we tend to bounce back after a big loss like that. But hey, we have plenty of time. We're still ahead. We're not too far down in the seeding list right now, so I feel okay. No panicking here. Just yeah, bye week, bad week.
Yes, sir. And I got nothing to talk about with the Chargers. Do you got anything like? I have a non-poop player. I haven't really thought this out yet, just on the fly. I gotta give a shout out to Shador Sanders. For one, I was wrong. I thought the Raiders would beat them. Shador did enough. I'm not saying he had a great game, but he looked like a competent NFL quarterback. Better than Dylan Gabriel, if you ask me. He had some big deep balls, a couple of them. One was where Judy fumbled, but before that to Isaiah Bond, what a great throw on the run. Uh, and more importantly, they just won a game. So shout out Shador Sanders.
There we go. Yeah, that's the only real discrepancy we had this week, and called that one. Like I said, bringing a fresh new quarterback in there gives some new life. Shador came in, his first game off an injury, maybe wasn't fully in it mentally, but then when he got the start for this last week, maybe something changed in his head. His dad gave him a good pep talk or something, but yeah, he showed up and did what he had to do to beat a decent Las Vegas defense.
Yeah, the Raiders defense, can't get it twisted. Great run defense, not incompetent pass defense. They're doing a lot of front office moves. They just fired their OC, so I mean I'm sure they're just looking for next year already. But regardless, Cleveland wins. Shout out Cleveland's defense. Obviously, they had like 11 or fucking I don't even know. They had a lot of sacks. Myles Garrett's only 5 sacks away from I think either tying or breaking the record, and there's 6 games left. I actually think that's going to happen. So that's going to be exciting. We'll see some records being broke. Yeah, that's my non-poop player, I guess. I don't know. You got anything poop related? I guess like.
I have a poop player, Trevon Morig,
Yeah.
punching Juwan Jennings in the dick.
Yeah, he did. Oh, that was the DB who punched him in the balls, and then they fought afterwards. That was fun.
That's a dick move.
It's a rightful punch in the face after the game, if you ask me.
No. I mean that's why I would have crashed out the exact same way if I got punched in the dick middle of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was that.
You beat me this
I
week.
got one, so we're what is that? Down to 3 fingers again.
Yeah, because we've been tying. I think we've tied maybe multiple weeks in a row.
Yeah, so it's been a constant battle of in and out. I'm really getting butt fucked this year, but hey,
All good.
it's all good.
Who
All right, let's get into this upcoming week here.
All right. We finally got a week where we both get to watch our teams play. First time in 3 weeks, or 2 weeks. So, yeah, that's exciting. Let's see our picks. And then, it's Thanksgiving, so we got 3 Thursday games. We got a Black Friday game. We got a lot of spreads of games going on. So,
Lots of football to be had.
yes, sir.
All right, let's get her going. Thanksgiving Day, just about when I'll be rolling up to Grandma's. Green Bay at Detroit. Both have Detroit on this one. Detroit plays Thanksgiving every year. This is kind of their thing too. Them with Dallas. Yeah, I mean, they came off a questionable win, but Jay Boogie was just Jay Boogieing, man. With that, especially with him playing wide receiver, he looked pretty confident out there. He did the spin move, a little stiff arm,
Yeah.
got in the end zone.
That was insane. And he also had in the first quarter that like it was like a double screen pass where he chucked it down the field through a dot. He had a great game, and they almost stole one from the Detroit Lions.
They almost stole one.
Pulled one through.
That said, I think Detroit bounces back. I mean, not that they lost, but nearly losing to Jameis Winston and the Giants. But yeah, give me Detroit.
Yeah, and Jahmyr Gibbs is on fire. In Green Bay's running back room, obviously Josh Jacobs is banged up. I would assume he's not going to get his full productive week that he usually does. Emmanuel Wilson stepped up though, but regardless, I think Detroit's pass defense will be a big factor this week. Get into Jordan Love, and the Lions won't have to rely on Jared Goff as much as the Packers would with Jordan Love. So I take the Detroit Lions as well.
There we go. First discrepancy, got Kansas City Chiefs at Dallas Cowboys. Dallas looked good last week. They were trailing 21-0, I think, at the half. And they scored 23 unanswered points against the... Was it 23? Or was it 27?
It may have been 24-21. I could be wrong.
Maybe it was 24.
It was 24-21. Game winning.
So they scored 24 unanswered points. Take down the Eagles. Big statement game. That said, Kansas City, they beat a very competent Indianapolis Colts. If their defense can show up and produce what they need to do again, I could see the Kansas City Chiefs taking Dallas at home on Thanksgiving, which, again, I know I said it's kind of Detroit's thing and Dallas's thing, but I can see it happening.
Yeah, I got Dallas, and it was kind of a gut feeling thing. Obviously, Kansas City's been hot. Their defense is really good, but even more so, I think Dallas's identity is like completely different from where they were in the beginning of the year. Obviously, Quinnen Williams being a big add to that. Their offense doesn't have to put up 1 million points, so that's the main thing I look at now. Kind of a gut feeling. It's unfortunate because I think Dallas has put themselves too deep in a hole with how the NFC looks right now. So, does the win even really matter for Dallas fans? I would guess no. But yeah, I don't know. I see it being a home upset, I guess.
There we go. Cincinnati Bengals at Baltimore Ravens. Ravens have been playing pretty hot as of late. It's a primetime game on Thanksgiving at home. I can see them walking away with this one. Cincy's defense been very inconsistent. Joe Burrow is set to come back, though, so we'll see how that factors in. So that could change everything, but I think the first game back, he might be a little rusty. I don't know.
Yeah, I had to go Baltimore. Their momentum is probably have the biggest momentum out of any team in the NFL, just based on how their playoff looked like in the last couple of weeks and to now. So they're hot. They took the division lead. Obviously, Joe Burrow's back, but T. Higgins is out. That'll actually be a big factor because Baltimore's pass defense is the part of their defense you would exploit. So we'll see. Unhealthy Joe Burrow versus somewhat unhealthy Lamar. I'm taking Lamar.
All right, we're going with the Cripple Bowl here.
Yes, sir.
Black Friday, Chicago Bears at Philadelphia Eagles. It took everything in me to use my gut feeling that the Eagles are going to bounce back after a tough divisional loss. Chicago had been playing pretty good football. That being said, Eagles need to start winning some more games here, and they are at home. It just, again, like you said earlier, just one of those gut feelings. You know, my mind's saying Chicago, my heart's saying it's got to be Philly.
Yeah, I 100% agree. But that being said, still the defending Super Bowl champs. Saquon hasn't had, that great of a year. I've seen a lot of tape looking back to each week where there's a few specific plays where, Saquon's missing the holes, etc. But yeah, Chicago's defense, man, they force a lot of interceptions, and that's a lot of the times how they make those swings to win games. And Philly doesn't have to throw the ball, really. They really don't out of any team to still produce. So I got to go Philly at home. It's a close one. It should be a great game.
All right, first Sunday game. San Francisco 49ers at the Cleveland Browns. Another discrepancy here. I got the 49ers.
Ooh.
I know Brock Purdy looked pretty awful. He said it wasn't his toe. It wasn't anything messing with him. He was just not driving the ball as hard as he needed to do. I don't see him having another 3-interception game like that. I do believe that offense can outpace the Cleveland offense. It's going to be kind of what San Francisco's defense can do and just how their offense can manipulate that tough Cleveland defense. That said, I think they do work out their mistakes, come back in it, and get the dub.
Yeah, I'm a Brock Purdy believer. I've liked the guy since he stepped into the league. I think his decision making is usually really good. Last week was man, that was ugly. That's decision making, bottom tier decision making. And for some reason, I just feel like there might be consecutive weeks where he looks really bad, and they really start talking about playing Mac Jones. Just how I foresee it happening. Cleveland's defense, man, they're so good, and they'll get to Brock Purdy, whether it's sacks or just pressures. And Cleveland's offense, man, it's a new identity. So I don't know. I would like to see Shador win a game again. That'd be cool. I'm going
All right.
Cleveland.
Jaguars at the Titans divisional game. We both have Jacksonville on this one. Look, Jacksonville's second best team in the division right now. They've certainly looked more competent than the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee's had a rough go at it this year. I don't see things changing this late into the season. So yeah, give me the Jaguars.
Yeah, Jacksonville is they're very up and down. I really wanted to pick Tennessee. Free Cam Ward, man. He's no undoubtedly a great talent. The receiving room, I don't want to bash them, but there's just a bunch of no-namers, and they desperately need to improve that wide receiver room coming into next year. I just couldn't pick them, man. I think I picked them last week if I'm not mistaken, so couldn't do it twice.
All right now, Houston Texans at the Indianapolis Colts. We both have the Colts on this one. I think the Colts are going to bounce back after a tough loss against KC. And also, I think the Colts are just a better rounded team offensively and defensively. I don't know if DeForest Buckner is still out, which our run game has been exploited the last couple weeks because of his absence. Hoping to see him back soon. Either way, I do believe that the Indianapolis offense learns from their poor playing over the last quarter and a half and gets the dub.
Yeah, I think that even with if CJ Stroud gets back, 'cause I know it was like a concussion that's been had him out for a couple weeks. Even if he's back, I see your guys' defense giving them more trouble. This will be a fun matchup to watch because I really do believe in your guys' offense, the scheme, the players. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor, John Boy Tay, first John Boy Tay name drop of the week. I think that's what's going to happen. I think you guys are going to be able to put up high 20s, 30 points maybe against a great defense, make everyone start talking about the Colts again. And I think your guys' defense, more importantly, is going to shut down a lackluster offense in the Houston Texans. Yeah.
All right. New Orleans Saints at the Miami Dolphins. Almost wanted to skip this one just because both teams are relatively garbage, but Miami has shown some sort of life over the last couple of weeks, and they've, gonna say that they're gonna take out a less than decent New Orleans team.
Yeah, Kamara, who's obviously like their heart and soul of their lackluster offense. He's been banged up. I don't even know if he's going to play this week. Tyler Shuff looked good 2 weeks ago, looked bad last week. Not, just really talking down on New Orleans more than talking up Miami, and that's really it. A-Chain's a beast, so yeah, he'll be the best one out there.
All right. Falcons at the Jets. This one could go either way depending on which version of the Atlanta Falcons show up, and it's the Jets, so I'm leaning more towards Atlanta. I have nothing more to say on this game.
Yeah, Atlanta's receiving room, man, they really do ball out usually, and even with Kirk Cousins last week, like you saw Darnell Mooney, who had some chemistry with them from the prior years. I see them lighting up a ugly roster of the New York Jets defense. So yeah.
All right, Arizona Cardinals, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. As much as I wanted to lean Tampa Bay, if Baker's shoulder is keeping him out of the game, or even if he decides to play with that low-level sprain he has, I think it's going to bug him. We're just not going to have the same level of Baker. Their team, again, just played with injuries this season. It's unfortunate. So given those circumstances, I do see Arizona being able to squeeze one out on the Bucs.
Yeah, I agree. I think Baker Mayfield, I think he said something yesterday or the day or today, I don't know, at a press conference talking about like if he has to miss a game for the sake of the future of the team, then he will. So I mean, that kind of points that he's not going to play. And Teddy Bridgewater looked really, really, really bad when he came in. So that's where my head was at with this decision.
All right. Rams at Carolina. Yeah. They're undoubtedly one of the best teams in the NFL right now, the LA Rams, against a Carolina team that has been very inconsistent. They've shown sparks of life throughout the seasons. They're certainly a better team than they were last couple of years. I've said this a couple of weeks in a row now. But for them to stop the LA Rams is a very tall task, and I just don't see them being up to it at this stage.
Yeah. And then I mean, I like Bryce Young, but you got to have a run game just like any other team in the NFL. And they didn't give Dowdle the ball at all last week, which was weird because he has been balling for them. And the Rams' run defense is top tier. So I don't see them producing on the run game, and inadvertently, Bryce Young's going to throw like 150 yards. So that's how I look at it.
All right, Vikings at the Seahawks. Both have Seattle on this one. Vikings looked really bad last week. J.J. McCarthy had 87 yards. Jordan Mason didn't really do much either. Jettas was pretty much non-existent. So they are just not clicking right now for whatever reason. Is it McCarthy? I don't know. Is the offense just not producing?
It's McCarthy.
I was giving the kid a benefit of the doubt, but yeah, I mean they certainly played better football without McCarthy. So, given that he's still in there, and I'm sure they're going to let him, get his reps in.
Yeah.
He kind of might be the Achilles heel on the team right now. And Seattle, for the most part of the season, has played very decent football. So I can see them turning things back around and getting the dub over the Vikings.
Yeah, JSN is having another historical season of a player's JSN season. So, yeah, I got to go Seattle. J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings in general, but like I said, I believe mostly McCarthy is causing such inconsistencies, which is unfortunate. Got a great coach, got a great roster. Obviously, they were one of the top-tier teams in the NFC last year. I don't know. Does Anthony Richardson become the backup at Minnesota next year and then take the job? I don't know. That's how I'd be looking at it. I don't know. You can see that happening.
Yeah, you can definitely see that. And then he takes the job and ends up balling out better than any other quarterback.
Who knows?
All right, got the Buffalo Bills at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Going with Buffalo on this one. They've had a couple of questionable games the last couple of weeks, but I just don't see it happening that many times in a row. Again, I always say you got someone like Josh Allen and James Cook out there. I mean, those guys are ballers. So if the right version of them show up, I can definitely see them running all over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh has been a tough team this year. Definitely surpassed my expectations from the preseason. So it could lean in Pittsburgh's favor being at home, but I just see Buffalo, taking this one.
Yeah, I see it as a bounce-back game for Buffalo. Yeah, like you said, James Cook and Josh Allen, obviously the receiving room pretty lackluster. It's always been for the last handful of years that I can remember since they left or traded away Stephon. But yeah, I think Josh Allen put the team on his back, and Pittsburgh is down. They're trending down. It's all good though, because Mike Tomlin will still go 9-8, and they'll have another winning record, and probably miss the playoffs. That's how I look at it now. It's crazy how times can change everything.
Wild, wild, wild. All right, we got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah, we have to win this game. We have a lot of hard matchups afterwards. And, I mean, we came off a really bad week and then a bye week to get right. So all signs point to us showing up and balling. Amarion Hampton might be back. He's already practicing. That is awesome. That changes everything offensively, in my opinion. So, who knows? Might be rejuvenated out here. I think we'll be able to actually run the ball and not have Justin Herbert lead the team in rushing yards with 20 rushing yards. So that changes everything. I'll keep it short and sweet at that.
Yeah, you guys needed a week off for sure. The last couple of games have been... I mean, look, Herbert's getting hit a lot, so it's good to get his body right a little bit, maybe get his mind right. Yeah. Everyone kind of reset this week. Kind of just look back and just see where things haven't been clicking. I know a lot of it's been the run game and the lack of an offensive line. If you get Hampton back, you get a little bit more, support in the run game. Yeah, so I think, with a week to rest, kind of rethink things, and you guys cannot keep losing any more games if you want to stay alive in the playoffs right now, especially with how Denver's been playing. So you guys have to... And the Chiefs are coming on the up, so you cannot lose many more games. So you gotta win out to stay alive here. So
yeah, we got just to point out, after this game, we have the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Texans, the Broncos.
That's tough run. So yeah, you
Yeah.
guys cannot afford to lose many games, and I think this one, you guys are a better team than the Raiders. So let's get the win train rolling, and get everyone's minds right.
Yep.
Denver Broncos at Washington Commanders. Much as I want to see Denver lose and you guys, take the division, Commanders it's been rough for them this year.
What was
And
it, 6 games in a row? I mean, they were on a bye, but what was that, 6 L's in a row? Might be
six or
seven.
seven, something like that. Yeah, there's a lot of
Oh, I see
losses
what
in a
you
row. I don't know what the hand
Wow.
movement is. I'm assuming it was that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're banged up. They can't get things together, and I just don't see them moving the ball too much on that Denver defense.
Yeah, Denver's defense, their rush defense specifically, really good. So Mariota might be out there just running for his life. That's how I look at it, and I'm gonna be rooting for my Skins, baby. Fuck Denver. Camera's out of focus. Fuck Denver. But yeah, I can't not pick them.
All right, and New York Giants at New England Patriots. Going Pats on this. I think they have the best record right now. They're a very competent team. However, I would love to see Jay Boogie come in there and just wreck it, man. That'd be awesome. He's such a goofy dude. I'm glad he got a second chance
Yeah. With
after a
Jameis
year
Winston
of.
on the field, football is better. You know what I mean?
What did he say? What was his speech last week's game? He's like, "We inside, but we outside."
I believe
just-
it. I don't know. At
and
this
you know
point,
what?
just-
Hell yeah.
yeah,
We
whatever
inside,
he
but we
says,
outside.
I ride with him. I wish he was my quarterback.
That said, I do see the Patriots taking this one.
Yeah. Drake May's been on fire. Great deep balls. Man, he might be one of the best. He might be the best deep ball quarterback in the league right now. He throws pretty deep balls. The receivers are eating. Outside Stephon Diggs even. Like Mac Hollins, what a no-namer. Former Buffalo Bill, and he's been stepping up. Obviously got Hunter Henry. I can't not pick him against the stinky Giants. So yeah, I agree.
All right. I guess in the event of a tie, 59 points for me on the Monday night game. You got 49.
Yeah, seems legit. We got some differences for sure. So this will be. I would assume we don't tie. Who knows? We'll see.
All right. That was week 13. We do have a Thanksgiving parlay for all of y'all.
Yes,
Get into
sir.
that.
We got a 6-leg turkey bowl parlay for you guys, and it's not the hardest stuff in the world. Once again, 6 legs. We had to make it realistic. I think this is well thought out. But yeah, the first game is Green Bay at Detroit at 1 o'clock. What's your leg for that? Do you have it off?
We have a Amon-Ra St. Brown, 60-plus receiving yards.
Sir, easy money. I think Emmanuel Wilson gets 25 rushing yards, especially like I said with Josh Jacobs being banged up, and he's been producing the last couple weeks, even when Josh Jacobs was in there. So, 25 rushing yards for Emmanuel Wilson. That's 2 legs in the 1 o'clock game. What do you got for the Chiefs Dallas game?
Give me Patrick Mahomes, 2 passing touchdowns.
I like it. I got Rashee Rice anytime touchdown. Hopefully it's a receiving one, so just 2 birds, 1 stone type thing. But yeah, Rashee Rice anytime touchdown, which leaves us for the Ravens-Bengals game. What do you got?
I'm going to go with Jamar Chase, 7-plus receptions.
And I also had a tag on the Jamar Chase train. I got Jamar Chase with 70 yards. So Jamar Chase, 7 receptions and 70 yards. Very doable. That's a 6-leg parlay. I had plus 583, something along those lines probably for you as well. Make
Yeah,
some
I'm
money.
plus 560, so we're right around there. So yeah, it's not the most ridiculous parlay we've put in. It was a little longer, so we tried to make it obtainable. But yeah, let's ride.
Let's ride, guys. Gobble, gobble. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for pounding the walk with us, right?
Appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, have a happy Thanksgiving.
And happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy
Wow.
Honda days.
Happy Honda days.
Happy Toyota phone.
You thought I froze there?